Hey, this is Terry Clay. I am back with another video, and actually, I am in Target, just doing some little window shopping, so to speak. What you think? No. Anyway, and so I came here to Target because next door is I lost my contact, so I'm here in Louisville, Kentucky, and so I was on by actually going to go home. Um, I was gonna go home today, and my mother and my daughter. They know that I virtually work off my laptop when I'm not speaking. And so they said, well, it's almost Memorial Day, so you might as well go ahead and come and stay here until Memorial Day. And so I thought, well, why not? So I just came into Target just to kind of do a little window shopping, or who knows? You know how us women are. We might come in to look, but we end up leaving out with something. And so I decided to do this video about how we can connect with our families and what freedom um, will do for the connection with your family. And so what happened is when my kids were young, I worked honestly a lot of hours. Let me just be real with you. I would get up in the morning. I was a waitress, and I would get up in the morning and I would have to be usually waiting tables about 12, lunch hour, maybe 10:30, 11 o'clock. And so, oh, I like these. What you think? So I would have to be. Let me keep this. You see what I'm saying? That's how it works. So I would have to be at work at about 11 o'clock, 10:30, and sometimes I would work double shifts and work all the way to night. I wouldn't even see my children because I had to work so much. And if you know my story, I did go to nursing school. Took me 10 years to become a nurse. I was lied on in nursing school. I was discriminated against, just a big mess. And needless to say, I did graduate, but it took me 10 years and a lot of time away from my children. And so, really, by the time I finally graduated, my oldest daughter was really an adult. So I virtually missed out on a lot of her life. Um, and, but, as a motivational speaker, um, I had to actually be there as a speaker. And so, like, say I was speaking 4 days a week as a speaker. Well, I might still be speaking somewhere, and I had to be there. And so what I decided, I made the decision, is that I really wanted some freedom. And freedom for me would look like where I would not have to be there and make money, meaning that I could make money in my sleep, so to speak. I didn't want to have to be present to make the check. Now, of course, I still am a speaker. I still, do events and those sorts of things. But uh-oh, you know what? I don't like it. Anyway, so as a speaker, I had to be there. And so what I started to want was freedom. And freedom for me meant that I did not have to be on the phone talking to people to get them to promote to my business, or on the internet, or I just did not want to have to be there. I wanted to virtually make money in my sleep. And so because with my children, I missed out on so much. My mother helped me out a lot with my kids. I just did not want the remainder of my life to be like that. Now my kids are all grown up, and it's not the same, I guess, as wanting to. I think I'm gonna try on some shoes now. But anyway, it's not the same as wanting, to be there for your kids when they're young. But I still want to be there now that they're older. And you know what? My daughter, she wanted me to extend my trip. She's 20 something years old, and she was like, why don't you just stay to Memorial Day? And so I decided, I'm going to do that. but it's the freedom that allows me to be able to stay in Louisville, Kentucky for 3 weeks. And let me tell you, I don't like Louisville, Kentucky. Let me just be upfront with you. I like Atlanta. I love Atlanta. I love being there. But I also like to travel, and I want to connect with my children, even though they're adults. 3 of my children live in Louisville. The other one lives in D.C. They don't live in Atlanta with me. But my goal for freedom is to still see them like I live in the same city. And if they want me to come for 3 weeks, I'm coming. My oldest son, my son with the daughter, he was the one that wanted me to come to her kindergarten graduation. I said, okay. Then my other daughter wanted me to stay to Memorial Day. That's fine. And so I'm doing that. And so when I had to click the clock and work as a nurse and work as a waitress, and all those years just having to live under somebody else's belt, I would never give up what freedom does for me. And so, but I just wanted to just talk to you today about just going after the life you want. What does that look like? It may not look anything like my life. You may not want to come to Louisville, Kentucky and stay for 3 weeks. Sonny, trust me, Louisville is not all that. Sorry, Louisville people, but it's not all that to me. But my children are here, my family's here, and so I want to connect and I want to be in their lives no matter what. My mother is 70 years old on her birthday. I don't want her to, she's getting older. I want to see her as much as possible. And so for me, that's what freedom looks like. Now, I still, plan to live in Paris. Everybody know my 2015 goal was to move to Paris for 6 months, and I am going to do that. But, in the meantime, I will connect with my family as much as possible, whenever possible. And that is what I like about living a life of freedom. So my video is a little bit longer than I had intended, but that's all right. That's just what it's all about. But I want to just encourage you to, if you would like people or to connect with people who are determined to live a life of freedom, who are living a life of freedom, whatever freedom looks like to you, because your freedom could be much different than mine. And if you're willing to if you're willing to want to connect with those type of people, like-minded people, click the link below and partner with me so that you and we all can live a life of freedom. So I'm going to end here. This video is a lot longer than I had intended, but that's good. I'm still here at Target, and so I'm going to end here. This has been a word from Terry Clay. It's my purpose to change the world with positive words, and I am out.